Dawning of a new era of Padres television coverage. The game presented by and for the team that all San Diego fans care about.
Pointed to center field. Padres take the lead.
A team with history as tough.
Oh, Doctor, you can hang a star on that, baby.
And proud.
And the Padres have the National League pennant.
As the city it represents. Tonight, we bring you the next evolution of Padres baseball coverage. New rules, faster, more exciting play.
Caught by Fernando!
And the presentation to match. The faces and voices remain familiar.
Machado deep and far into the San Diego night and walk it off!
A broadcast backed by the power of the Padres and Major League Baseball. We're not changing history.
Hi, I'm Tony Gwynn of the San Diego Padres.
The Padres draped the National League flag around their shoulders for 1998. Oh, Doctor!
We're taking history into a new age. Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball, is officially on the air.
We welcome you to South Florida and Miami. It's beautiful outside Lone Depot Park. It is the middle game, game 2 of a 3-game series between the San Diego Padres and the Miami Marlins. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball. What an exciting time it is to be a Padres fan. Never before has there been this kind of coverage so widely available to so many fans in San Diego.
Donnie, this is great for the game of baseball and fans all the way around this great country of ours and around the world. Games will now be accessible in approximately 3.2 million homes. Previously, only 1.1 million homes, so that's an increase of 189%. What's not to love about this? You get to see baseball, more of the brown and gold for the people who love the Padres, and that's a great thing.
Fans can now watch games with a Padres single team package subscription. Sign up at MLB.tv or on MLB app. No local blackout restrictions apply. Free for viewers. As we get ready for baseball tonight, it's time for a new era of Padres baseball.
The next evolution of Padres coverage.
This is a new era of Padres baseball coverage.
Padres Baseball is brought to you by Petco, official partner of the San Diego Padres. It's the Padres and Marlins. Before we get it started, let's check in with a third member of our broadcast team, Bob Scanlon.
Don, thank you so much. It's certainly exciting for all of us to be a part of this new era of Padres broadcast presented by MLB, and it should be an exciting night to watch Blake Snell on the mound. Why? He's coming off one of his best outings of the season, 5 innings, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. It frankly was probably overshadowed by the excitement of Rougned Odor hitting a 9th inning home run against the Washington Nationals. But what made this outing so good for Blake? The fact that he had all of his weapons going for him. Let's take a look at what we're talking about. Sometimes there's games where he has the curveball, other times he'll have the slider, but in his last outing versus the Nats, he had it all. The nasty curveball for strike 3. 3 of his strikeouts came on that hook, but he also had the slider, back foot to the right-hander, and then how about the cheese upstairs at 96? Let's see that again, 97 on that one. Blake Snell, he had all of his off-speed working. He had the fastball command going as well. He's hoping that he can carry that same stuff into this outing. Speaking of carrying things over, Padres are certainly hoping that this offense can carry some things over from last night. Not only did they forge a comeback victory, but they were able to get it done with runners in scoring position, 6 for 16, and a blowout 9th inning for 5 runs. Hopefully they can give Blake Snell some run support. Don, Mud, back up to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much as we get ready for the Padres and the Marlins. As Blake Snell trying to keep this going, we check out the Padres starting 9. Ha-Sung Kim leading it off. He is at third base with Fernando Tatis Jr. in right field. Juan Soto has really picked it up since April 27th, second in the majors in OPS. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop with Brandon Dixon at first base. Jay Cronenworth at second base. Nelson Cruz, the DH, with Gary Sanchez in his second game in a Padres uniform batting 8th, and Trent Grisham in the 9th spot in center field.
You know, Donnie, so Bob Melvin shaking it up a little bit. The first time this season, Ha-Sung Kim will lead off. He's been getting on base, and Juan Soto has been squaring up the baseball. It all revolves around those 1, 2, 3, and 4 hitters. They're up there. They're producing the most. You want to get as many at-bats during a ball game for those 3 or 4 guys. That's why Bob Melvin is tinkering with the lineup he is tonight.
Well, last night we saw Jay Cronenworth in the leadoff spot. Tonight it is Ha-Sung Kim for Bob Melvin. who is trying to keep it going here after the explosion last night. And the great thing about last night for Bob Melvin, first and foremost, was finally getting some hits with runners in scoring position.
As Bob Scanlon mentioned, 6 for 16. It was huge. Extra base hits were huge as well, because I tell you what, everybody's sitting on the edge of their seat, and it was almost like, okay, here we go again. That's the last thing that you want to have enter your mind when the Padres were going through that drought. Last night they broke out of it. Hopefully a sign of things to come for this Padres offense.
So a little different look at the top of the Padres lineup, but the main guys who have really gotten it going lately, especially Juan Soto in the middle, and I think he likes hitting where he is in the lineup right now.
Yeah, batting third. You know he's going to get an at-bat in the first inning. And I tell you what, Ha-Sung Kim tonight leading off, Fernando batting second. So those hitters with Soto batting third, they should get something to hit. Get on base for Juan Soto. Hey, the power is there. He's squaring a lot of balls up on the barrel. So, hey, you start baby steps, right? Last night was a very good victory, putting 9 runs on the board, winning 9-4, and a new slate tonight. Hopefully they get it started early. Crooked numbers early for San Diego.
And they need Blake Snell to stay out there for a while tonight as well. He used the bullpen a lot last night.
He had a good outing last time out, and it's all predicated on throwing strikes. And we know that when Blake Snell is on the wild side, get a little dicey. But if he gets ahead early, wipes him out early, Blake Snell can be really, really nasty. And what makes him nasty? The location of the fastball, and also that slider of his, that wipeout slider.
That's kind of cool. He's working with Gary Sanchez for the first time in his career. Now, he had trouble with Gary Sanchez in his career. And, of course, Gary was in New York and in Minnesota. But Blake faced him a lot, and he had the most home runs against Blake Snell in his career. So now he's his battery mate. It's even better. He doesn't have to deal with him.
And that's a good thing.
Let's take a look at StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
Blake Snell, he's a 4-pitch mix, the 4-seam of the slider, the curveball, and the changeup. Now, at times, we know Blake Snell, one of those pitches might be in timeout. What's going to be the pitch of the night? Hey, hopefully he's got 2, maybe 3 of the 4 working tonight, because when he's got his game, we notice right there by that graphic there, he likes to pound the zone, and when he's pounding the zone, he's pretty successful.
And if he can stay away from the walks, we found that out that there's no doubt about it. When he stays away from walks, he wins. It's just that simple.
He's got too good of stuff to nibble, and I know that Blake Snell knows that. I mean, he's as well prepared as anybody. Working with pitching coach Ruben Niebla is a huge thing. He knows the scouting reports. So Blake knows that he doesn't really have to nibble to really be successful. So hopefully tonight he can go against these Marlins and right out of the gate some quick 1, 2, 3 innings early.
And of course he pitched at a similar place to this as far as the roof goes at Tropicana Field, where he won his Cy Young Award, and always seemed to like to pitch in Florida. So we'll see how that goes for him tonight as the Marlins take the field here tonight at Lone Depot Park. By their starter, Braxton Garrett, who is on the mound tonight for Miami.
25-year-old left-hander, 10th start for Braxton Garrett. Tell you what, though, at home, home has not been home sweet home. 3 starts, 4 appearances for the left-hander. His ERA at 7.50. Hopefully the Padres can get to him early.
Yeah, it'll be Kim at the top of that order for the Friars in tonight's contest. And looking to get on base, and he's a guy who can run too, which is something that we saw him do last night. And the Padres trying to run a little more than they have, trying to create some in-scoring position chances for themselves.
How about Ha-Sung Kim? Last night, batting in the 9th position, got on a fielder's choice. He walked twice. He singled in a sac fly. So doing all the right things, putting the ball in play, and now he finds himself at the top of the lineup, trying to get on base for you betcha. Fernando Tatis Jr. and Juan Soto.
Yeah, the Padres have won 5 of their last 8 games and have powered up the last 8 games with 14 homers, 48 runs during that stretch. But as we mentioned, stealing bases, and Kim's one of those guys. They've stolen 15 bases in 17 chances during the last 8 games. So trying to run a little more, trying to create some things.
Well, with the left-hander on the hill, that could cut down the running game a little bit. We'll have to see if they go on Garrett, if they get on base. Have to see what type of pickoff move he has as well.
So here comes Kim to lead it off for the Friars in the first inning. A new era of Padres baseball ready to go. Presented by Major League Baseball. And Braxton Garrett ready to work to Ha-Sung Kim. First pitch of this one is going to miss inside for ball one.